It's Mr. D at In the Middle at Mr. D1 at blogspot.com with a redo of this video for Lesson 2, Day 1 of S Cubed Middle School Sight Singing Program for Beginners. When you have the students come in, they will do their written warm-up, as always. And you want to have the students sit after the warm-up, after you've gone over it, sit in position 2 and have them silently demonstrate the hand signs. I usually call out the names of the signs and have them demonstrate them, and then I start jumping around from like high do to fa below it and la above that and all of that, so that they're having to show the space between the hand signs. This will help a lot, help them get used to thinking on their feet with those signs. And then I call attention to the ladder and that poster that you want to have on your wall. There's a link to the ladder poster inside my lesson that a TPT made, and a TPT seller made for me in the SQ program. It has a really small space between mi and fa and ti and do, and it has a nice visual that the students in this level can catch really quickly. So I turn and look at the ladder, and I ask them to tell me what's unusual about it. And I asked, would you climb that ladder to get up on the roof? And inevitably, one of the students will see the smaller space between mi and fa and ti and do, and that's what you want for them in that moment, that visual. And then, I'll make a joke, like, if I get up that ladder, I'll fall and break a hip, but, and that would not be good, especially up at ti and do. So anything you do to make it funny and help them is good. And then you have them demonstrate the small space between mi and fa and ti and do with their hands. And then reiterate to them the importance of doing that always whenever you sing mi and fa and ti and do. This will help them with their ears. It will help them demonstrate that physical demonstration, making it smaller than sol to la, for example, is very important as you're beginning to train them and get their ears ready to hear these things. And then I'll sing the scale for them, and I'll purposely sing sharp on mi or fa or ti and do, and I'll make it. You need to make it very sharp so they hear. You can do the same with a descending scale, except this time you'll go flat. And I'll ask them if they could raise their hand if they heard that I was out of tune, and then they laugh and I'll say something like, "Don't I sound great?" And when I sing like that, and I always make a point like that's how a lot of children sing those scales. Mi and fa and ti and do are out of tune, and nobody wants to listen to that, right? And I'll say, "Do you want to listen to that?" And those types of things to get them to drive the point home with humor. And then I want you to play the game, and during the game, sing a lot of half steps, and you're going to do that for the next several rehearsals. If they're sharp or flat, or even just a little bit, repeat them back and quietly mention that they're missing the bullseye. Just refer to the bullseye that you've got somewhere in your room so they can see where the center is. And then you can sing a little sharp for them and point to where you're singing, and just that visual is really important. Just starting to sharpen their ears, which we'll do more in Lesson 3. And you can use that sharping and flatting as a distraction technique if you want, anything to make it fun. And then, let me see, use the terms half step and whole step with them a lot during the game. Like, say, if you sing sol la sol, for example, ask them, is that a half step or a whole step? And you see mi fa fa is half step or a whole step. Just keep asking questions like that. Pretend you're using it as a distraction technique. And these are the ways that you can get the ears going, have some fun, and drive home the points about where the half steps are, and that's the focus. All right, so I hope that helps. Have a great day.